Okay, good morning, students. Good afternoon or good evening. Here we have models of certainty.
Good afternoon, students, and a very warm welcome to today's lesson. Today, we are talking about modal verbs probabilities. There are a lot of modal verbs examples, like modal verb possibility, ability, suggestion, permission, and more. But today, we are talking only about probability. Okay, now with the explanation, we have some slides that would make it easier for you. So as we show the slides, we explain the pictures for you. If you look at the first slides, for instance, we have three columns as shown in your books. The three columns are shown in your books just as you have on your screen. Okay, you can refer to your books. The first instruction is use must. We are using must here. So use must for something you are almost certain of. If you are very certain of something, you use must. Okay, so we'll get more examples on that. Now, if you come to the down part of that, the first column, you have examples there. You must have been 14 or older to go on that ride. Okay, so it must be really terrifying. It must be really terrifying. So you realize there's a space there, you put must. You put must in there. Very good. Now, if you go to the next column, the instruction above or the top is with a white color is use can't for something you believe is impossible. Use can't for something you believe is impossible. Okay, that is instruction. So here we're talking about negative here. So example, Ralph doesn't speak French, so he can't be a France. He can't be from France, sorry. He can't be from France. Let me take that one again. Ralph doesn't speak French, so he can't be from France. Okay, if you have another example to complement this, you can say Martinez doesn't study hard, so he can't pass his exams. It's a similar example. Okay, Martinez doesn't study very hard, so he can't pass his example. Very good. Now let's look at it, the third column, the examples there. You have use may. This time we are using may. So use may, might, and could for something that you believe is possible. Use may, might, and could for something you believe is possible. For example, I don't know where your sister is, but she may be upstairs. I don't know where your sister is, but she may be upstairs. Or, I don't know where your mother is, but she may be in her bedroom. Another example. Good. Now the second example in this column on the slide, you have might. I might not go to the barbecue because I haven't finished my homework. I might not go to the barbecue because I haven't finished my homework. Okay, now you have might there because it is something that you believe that you are not going to do with strong probability that you wouldn't do it. I might not play that game because I haven't trained. Okay, I might not pass my exams because I have not studied. Okay, you have the example, I might not be or go to the barbecue because I haven't finished my homework. Okay. There is a third example there. Let's go through that. My dog doesn't want to eat. My dog doesn't want to eat. He must be sick, or he may be sick. Okay, but because he doesn't want to eat, we are using must for a strong possibility why he is not he's not eating. A strong possibility why he is not eating. Okay, so the third column, we looked at may, might, and I think must. Okay, so if you look at further down, okay, where the cursor is, where you have the cursor, you have can't, may, might, could, and must at the far end. So 3 columns here. The first column you have can't with a brown color. So let's look at it. You use can't, that is in the negative form, sorry. So you use can't to talk about something you are almost certain, about 99% possible. Something which is 99% possible, you are very sure, okay, that that thing might happen. So like 99%, I'm 99% sure I would not go to the English class because I am unwell or I am not feeling well. Okay, I can't go to the English class because I'm not feeling well. Your inability, or you are not able to go to the English class because you are not very well, 99% sure. That is why you use can't, something you are almost certain that it can't happen for a very good reason. Very good. Now let's look at may, might, or could. Over here, we give it 50%. 50%. For the 50%, there is a possibility that it will happen or it might not happen. In other words, it is not very strong as the 99%. The certainty is not very strong. It's halfway, 50-50. Okay? It's half possible that this can happen. Example, I may travel to Quito this weekend. Okay? Or I might go to the gym with my friend. Good. Or Maria could play in the game. Maria could play in the game. Or Veronica could sing at the party. Veronica could sing at the party. Good. So let's look at the other example with must. Now, must has a far more stronger possibility of anything happening, of anything occurring, a far more stronger possibility of something happening or something occurring. Okay, it could be in the positive or the negative, but let's look at how it works with some few examples. Okay, he performed well in the exams. He must have studied very hard. Okay, he came to school very late. He must have walked all the way from Central to school. Must have. Okay. It also shows why something will happen, but the possibility is very, very high. That is why we give it 100% that that thing could happen. But in all of these, they have reasons that why they happen. That is why we give the probability. Probability. Okay. There is another slide, a third one. Yeah, if we could look at that. Now, this one has to do with the structure of some of the modal verbs or all of the modal verbs we are dealing here. Okay. Generally, with modal verbs, you could have a very simple structure like I, you, he, she, it, or the plural they, we. Then you have the modal verb plus the main verb, then the infinitive or the complement. But let's look at this one. Okay. For the first one, you have the first form, you have must. And like we said earlier, it has 99% here. So let's look at how it works. So use the must, subject plus must plus infinity. Subject, I, you, he, plus must plus infinity. Don't forget, if we use subject and we use the pronouns he or she, we can also use names, okay? Like Daniela or like Danielle. If it's he, then masculino, so we use Danielle. If it's she, then feminino, we use Daniela, okay? So you can use any of the proverbs to represent the subject, I, you, he, or she for singular. Then plural, we can use we or they. Okay, very good. So let's look at examples here. We have she must work on Sundays. She must work on Sundays. So in your own example, in your notebooks, you can write another example there, but use a female name, like Veronica must work on Sunday, or Carolina must work on Sunday, on Tuesday, on Saturday. So she is the subject, then must is the modal verb, then work is the main verb, Sunday is the complement. Let me go over again. She is the subject, so it's female. It can be Veronica, it can be Carolina, it can be Maria. Then must is the modal verb. Then work is the main verb. The modal verb is different from the main verb. Then we have on Sunday, the complement. So she must work on Sunday. She must work on Sunday. Very good. Let's look at the other examples. The other example, just below that one, you have must be. So you have still with subject plus must plus be plus a gerund. Okay, don't forget a gerund is a verb ending with ing. So going, coming, eating, sleeping, those are examples. Okay, so subject plus must plus be plus a gerund. Okay, so we have here they must be watching TV. They must be watching TV. That is a perfect example. So they is the subject, but it's in plural form. It's in plural form. Then must be is the modal verb that we used. Watching is the verb, but it's in the ing form. It's in the gerund form or the continuous form. Continuous form, ing, continuous form. Okay. Then TV is what they are watching, so it goes for the infinitive. They are watching TV. They are watching TV. Okay. They must be watching TV. They must be watching TV. Okay. They must be watching TV because the formula says so. Must plus be. Must plus be. Subject they, must plus the singular verb to be. Okay. Then the verb in the ing form. Good. Let's look at the next one. Can't. Can't. Yeah. Can't. It also has a strong possibility. So subject plus can't modal verb, but it's in the negative form. It's can't plus infinity. This one looks very, very simple. So subject plus can't modal verb plus infinity. Okay, so without batteries, it can't work. Without batteries, it can't work. Okay, so it is the subject. It is the subject. Don't forget, it is an object, maybe a cellular phone or a computer set or a tablet. Without battery, it cannot work. So without batteries, it can't work. Okay, it can't work. So you have it, subject, can't, the modal verb in the negative form. Then you have work, the verb. Okay, the verb. Okay. In another example, you can use without electricity, it can't function. Without electricity, my computer can't work. Okay, it's a similar example. So let's see, just below that, there's another example there. This time is can't plus be. So let's see how that one also works. Subject plus can't plus be plus gerund. So for the example, you have It can't be snowing. It can't be snowing. Okay. It is also the subject. Can't, modal verb plus be. Okay. Can't, modal verb plus be. Then the verb in the ing or the gerund form. Ing, gerund form. It can't be snowing. It can't be snowing. Very good. Okay. So these are the form, how the formula works. It depends on which structure you want to use. But all the structures make sure that you get a very good sentences. Okay. With all the structures, if you follow them very well, it gives you very good sentence. The subject, modal verb plus infinity, or subject, modal verbs, the verb plus infinity. Subject, modal verbs plus be, then gerund is another formula. Okay. If we look at the other slide, you must follow the examples in your books as well. If you look at the other slide, yes, yeah, we have may, might, could, may, might, and could, and that one is 50% surety. That one has 50% surety. Okay, so let's look at how the formula also works for this. For the first one, might, may, and could, the formula is you have, as usual, the subject plus anyone you want to use, may, might, or could, plus infinity. Okay, so subject, you must be, you might think I am crazy. Okay, you might think I am crazy. You, the subject, might, modal verb, think, the verb, then I am crazy, the complement, or the bare infinitive, or the complement. Good. We also have the next example. They are the same modal verbs we are using, but this time we are adding be plus be. So let's see how it works. First, your subject, then any of the modal verbs, may, might, or could, plus be, plus the gerund. Okay, plus the gerund. Okay, so let's look at the example. He could be a star. He could be a star. Okay, he could be a star. Here, the he is the subject, could, modal verb, then the be is the verb, then a star, continue. Very good. A star, continue. Okay. Let's look at the negative forms. Negative forms, may, might, and the infinitive. For the formula, you have subject, may, or subject plus may. You can choose may or might for the modal verb, plus not, because we are talking about negative, plus the infinity. So subject, may or might, plus not, because it's negative, then the infinity. Very good. So let's see example. They might not come tonight. They might not come tonight. So the subject they is in the plural form. The modal verb we chose might, and we said it's in the negative. So we have not before the verb. The not before the verb. Okay. Then tonight also follows. So for the arrangement, you have the subject coming first, then the modal verb, then the negative form might not. The negative form follows before the verb come, and tonight ends it. Interestingly, or very good, you have all the examples in English, also in Spanish, so you can refer for easy and better appreciation or understanding of the examples that we are giving. Let's look at the other example with a negative. Still using may, might, and not, plus be, plus not be, not plus be. So subject, may, might, plus not, plus be, and the gerund. Okay. So let's see how it works in the examples, with the examples. The third column, they might not be joining us. They might not be joining us. Okay, they might not be joining us. So you look at arrangement, then as always, you have the subject first, but this time it's in the plural, they. Then the modal verb followed, might not. Remember, it's in the negative form. They might not, they might not. Then you have be, that's the verb, might not be before the verb in the ing form, join or joining. The verb is joined, but we add the gerund form, ing, before we bring the final word which complements it, us. So they might not be joining us. The difference between this and the first one with the might is that the first example is negative plus the second one has be, but the first one is only the negative. So you had example like they might not come tonight without a be. The second one has a be, so you use the subject they, modal verb might, the negative not, then be before the gerund. So the sentence you have, they might not be joining us. They might not be joining us. Okay. Yeah. Good. So we have some pictures here to complement the explanations that we've given, to support the explanation that we've given, still on modal verbs. So in the pool, there are some young swimmers, and they seem very happy with their hands up, cheering themselves and all of that. Okay, so let's look at the examples or the sentences below. They are very famous swimmers. They are very famous swimmers. Okay, they are very famous swimmers. Good. Now here is where you have to be very careful. They must train a lot of hours every day. They must train a lot of hours every day. In some instances, you would have added they must have trained a lot of hours every day. Okay, so because they have been training a lot of hours every day, they are very famous swimmers. There you are. So they must have trained a lot of hours every day. They must have trained a lot of hours every day. Good. And all the modal verbs that we use, you realize that the verb after the modal verb is present tense. They are all present tense. The verb after the modal verb is present tense. Okay? So they must be late. He might play. Okay? Or they might dance. He could come. They are all in the present tense, in the verb. And don't forget, the verb comes after the modal verb before the infinitive. The verb comes after the modal verb before the infinitive. Okay. So we've gone through all of this. Let's do a summary. Let's do a summary before we end the lesson. By way of summary, we said modal verbs. We have a lot of them. We use modal verb to talk about possibilities, abilities, suggestions, and what have you. But this one we use probability. And we gave you the three formulas, something we are very almost certain of. We can also use modal verb to talk about something you believe it's impossible. You can use modal verb also to talk about something you believe is very possible. So you can use any of them: could, might, may, should, would, or can. Then some of them are very certain, you are very sure. Others, you are not very sure. If you use may, might, could, you are 50% sure, 60% sure. If you use can, you are 99% sure, almost certain. If you use must, super sure, very, very sure. So it must rain. Okay, it must happen. Then we went through the formula, how we use them, the subject, okay, the subject, the modal verbs. You, the subject comes first, there you are, the subject, modal verb plus infinitive, or subject, modal verb plus be plus the infinitive, okay? Then the negative form, the subject plus the modal verb in the negative form, So we have can't, cannot, or could not, okay? plus infinitive. It depends on which one you are using. Okay, the sentences might differ, but we are dealing with this example. You can also use can't, subject, the negative plus be. Okay, then the verb should be in the gerund form, ing. So it can be snowing, it can't be snowing, it can be raining. Those are examples. Then we went to further examples with other forms of the modal verbs, like might, as you might see in the other slide. So we use subject always. The subject, you choose which one you like. I, you, he, she, they, we. So with might and the positive, you choose the subject first, might, may, could, plus infinitive, or you can choose the subject, might, may, could, plus be, plus the gerund. Okay, plus be, plus the gerund. Very good. Then you have the negative form, subject plus may, plus might, plus not, because it's negative, plus the infinitive. You have examples there. It's in English and Spanish for better understanding. Then the other example, you have the subject plus the modal verb may, might, plus the negative not and be before the verb in the gerund form. Okay, they might not be joining us, they might not be playing, they might not be coming. See, those are all probability or possibilities with gerund and be plus verb in the gerund form, ing form. Okay, then finally, we showed you one example of a very colorful picture in the slide number, I think 5, the last one. We showed you a very colorful picture of a young swimmers who had trained very hard for many hours so they can swim very, very well. They are very famous swimmers. They are very famous swimmers. Okay, they must have they must have trained lots of hours every day. They must have trained lots of hours every day. Okay. So it's been quite an interesting lesson, explanation with a slide and the sentences, the formulas, and all of that. Now you have to practice and go along with activities in your books. Okay. Any question you can call on any of your teachers, send a text or the platform and find out for the clarification. So thank you so much for joining us. My name once again is Aruda Ferguson. I did it with Diego Torres, my colleague. Thank you for listening and bye-bye.
Okay, this is all that we have. Okay, so see you in the next class. Goodbye.